So welcome back, kings and queens, and welcome if you're new here. My name is Hope King and I'm the designer behind King's Designs MD. Tonight I'm just messing around in Cricut and a Christmas design, Naughty Nice I Tried. Think this would be cute on a mug and on a t-shirt. So I'll show you how I put it together. Pretty much, I have something called a font called Candle Mustard, and I got this from defont.com. That's a place where you can get free fonts. This one is for personal use. So when you're typing in this one of the things to know, just starting to type naughty, is that if I go back to my letters, if I hit the in parentheses, it'll give it that swirl effect at the end, and I cannot remember what it's technically called, but it'll give it the kind of the swirl or swoosh or whatever you want to call it effect at the end. And so I can do that for each one just by clicking on my text box, typing what I want, and then the parenthesis at the end. And you can see the parenthesis here, but when you actually go to look at the wording, you see the little swoosh at the end. And then the same thing for I tried. Clicking on my text box and typing I tried and the parenthesis at the end. So that's how I did that. And then to make my squares, I chose my shapes. I selected a square shape. Then I duplicated it by clicking the duplicate button. And I just shrank another square down just a bit. And I can't tell you the math that I used on that or the sizing. This is just a formula that I use for it. And then I hit slice. So after you slice it, you just get rid of your middle parts and you're left with the outside frame. And so that's how I made it. And then I just shrunk it down to the size that I wanted it to be. And just lined it up with my elements, and I hit duplicate. So I hit duplicate twice. And the next thing I did, I just highlighted them all together and I aligned them horizontally, and I can move them as a group, and then put my wording beside it and I aligned it vertically. At some point I changed the color. So that's the alignment vertically. Now you'll see these look a little different than those, and that's because this was the original typing that I did. Once I did that, I changed everything to 5 to give it a bigger look. Now you'll notice when you change nice to 5, it looks huge because it is a shorter amount of letters, so it's going to look huge. So I ended up unlocking it and just sizing it down to a size that I thought fit the look that I was going for. And then you can recenter everything just so you keep a consistent look for what you want. And I did the same here, sizing it to 5. And again, this looks super large to me, so I sized it down some by unlocking it and then changing my size down and highlighting over it and then centering it vertically. Now again, this came from Candle Mustard. defont.com, and the font is Candle Mustard. Now, here's how I did my check mark. I duplicated this out, angled it, I picked the triangle, angled it, And then I cut it down to size. So you can get it just how you want it. Angle it however you want. Make sure you don't hit your letters at the top. Pull this down some so you can have some more room to play. And there you go. So I highlight them together. I sliced it off. And then I just X out of everything I don't need. And when you slice, you have to click twice because it it gives you a duplicate of it. So there we go. So sometimes you have to look at things a little differently. A box can become a check mark. And so that's how I did that. Now you can highlight everything together to change the color. Now you see I did one red. And so I'll do this the opposite. I'll do this all in green. And then I'll do this all in red. And this is like a deep maroon color. To me, it really doesn't matter because whatever vinyl you're going to use, that's how it's going to come out anyway. And you notice this size is a little bigger than this size. You can highlight it together, shrink it down, and make it fit and be whatever size you need it to be. If you're going to do a mug or you're going to do something else, you're going to need different sizes. So if you wanted to do a mug, you probably want about a 2.5 inch size all the way around. So it's not too high up on your mug and it's not too wide to wrap around your mug. So 2.5 is the best that I've found so far for mugs. So that's what a 2.5 would look like. You can extend it by unlocking it and making this 2.5 by 2.5, but you'll see how it changes the look of it. Also, the other thing that you can do so you don't have a bunch of pieces cut out is weld it. So one way you can weld it, I'm just going to click my back button so I can go back to the larger size that I had before. Okay, so I'm going to click my back button and I'm going to hide all of this because that's already been welded. And hide all of that because it's all been welded. Now for this, I am going to hide my check mark and then I will highlight these together and weld. Then I'll put my check mark back and I will hide the rest, my boxes. I'll click all those together and then I weld. So then put everything back together and then I'm going to unhide my other things. So that's what it will look like. So honestly, it doesn't matter. You can cut whatever colors you want. If you wanted it to be orange and black, you can certainly do that. But when you go to take it to the mat, you're going to end up with two colors. So let me just hide all of this one so you'll see what it would look like if you actually sent it to your mat. So this was the first one I did. It's red, it's green. When I send it to my mat, it should give me two mats. One red, one green. So all the red will cut together. There you go. And then my green mat, where all the green will cut together. And then you just layer it out. So I'm going to cancel this cut. I'm going to save this. I just let it save as welded one, because I already have one. And then that's it. So that's just my naughty nice I tried, which I think will be really cute, like I said, on a cup, because I love my coffee, on a t-shirt, because I have a couple extra around here that I probably will use. And then, it might be cute on masks if you're going places or the little decorative plates as well. So I hope this helps somebody. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Have a good evening.